If I was wrong, let me be. I feel like a ghost right now. Finally, walk all night long. Those winding streets. Wish I could go there now. You could see me. Girl, you asked me if I get the deja vu. I do with you, I do with you. You asked me if I get the deja vu. I do with you, I do with you. Project got new, project got new, project got new, project got new. You asked me if I get the deja vu. I do with you. I was wrong. Let me be. I feel like a ghost right now. Finally, walk all night long. Winding streets. Wish I could go there now. You'd see me.
Do that, and also to make sure you buy skill boost for your player, because skill boost really helps you to be able to shoot consistently.
The Timberwolves were all business as they came through the tunnel, determined to give their fans a reason to celebrate tonight. A stunning look at the sunlit clouds above the 10th Avenue Bridge here in Minneapolis. Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you exciting NBA action. Hello, everyone. I'm Brian Anderson, joined by Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg. We'll hear from reporter Allie LaForce in a moment. And the upcoming schedule for the Minnesota Timberwolves. On Tuesday, they'll be matching up with Damian Lillard and the Portland Trail Blazers. Then on Thursday, they'll go up against Klay Thompson and the Golden State Warriors.
And for their matchup with the Suns, a win for them in that one would be huge. Lots of bragging rights when you take down the top team in the league.
And with tip-off coming right up, we've got just enough time to hear from the sideline. Allie, what do you got for us?
Hey, Brian, we've heard a lot of critique of some of the fouls that are called. Ask Warriors head coach Steve Kerr. He said, quote, "We've gotten out of control, gifting offensive players the ability to jump 3 or 4 feet into a guy and draw a foul. It's not a basketball play. Give the defensive player some benefit of the doubt, guys."
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Makes a good point. And a high-tempo game tonight. Both teams like to get out and run, Grant.
Well, hey, when you've got the speed and athleticism, it's the best way to play. You have to challenge the defense to keep up with you.
And the starting lineup for the Nets. They've got Kyrie Irving, Edwards out there with DeAndre Bembry. Then it's James Harden, and it's Claxton in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for the Timberwolves, Jared Vanderbilt out there with Anthony Edwards. Then it's Patrick Beverly. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Russell in at point guard. Beverly against Irving. Beverly shot off. Brooklyn with the ball. Ooh, poked away. Stolen by Russell. Here's the break. Here's Edwards. They swipe it. And pushing it up the floor. Here comes Brooklyn. And it's blocked. And here we go. The Timberwolves on the run. Here's Towns. And he buries his first look.
Well, that time Towns showing you that he has the physicality to beat the contact. The defense has to do a lot more than that to stop him.
Oh, it's stolen by Towns. And it's Beverly on the drive.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
What? You mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas. I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
Nails it from three.
You know, the threat of Irving's drive can open up looks for him from the perimeter. And he is a gifted scorer, folks.
And they pick up two. Now Harden, averaging almost 23 points a contest. A fantastic offensive player.
Well, that was a quick foul for him there. The refs are certainly calling it close.
Defense doesn't get much better than the mobile one block we just saw on replay.
And that kind of rejection early on energizes your squad. The coaching staff just loves this kind of hustle.
On the wing, Harden gets a very good look and converts.
Harden, so versatile offensively. He initiates. He can play off the ball. He can beat you in transition. He's going to get his points. You can bet on that. Yeah, he just flat out tricked that one, missed it, and has no one to blame but himself.
First quarter, just over a minute and a half in.
Well, you look at Harden. He doesn't beat you with great speed or by playing above the rim. He wins with pace, angles, and strength. As unique a scorer as we've seen in probably the last 30, 35 years in the NBA.
And now we get a little perspective here on how the hustle game has been for the Timberwolves.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard. Playing airtight defense and coming up with the steal.
The other thing that's been effective so far tonight is their fast break. A lot of points coming on the run.
Fast break, Brooklyn. Harden with it. Russell covering. They get it again. Outside for Irving. And there's the call on Karl Anthony Towns. That's his first foul. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Claxton goes up again. Oh, and Towns with the block.
Aggressive defense from Towns there, staying all over the shot and getting a clean block.
The Nets have gone only 2 of 7 so far. A cold start. And Clark Harden is also an expert at using his body as a shield for the ball.
I think it's really a good lesson out there for young players coming up, BA. Use what you have. Don't try to be somebody else. Use what you have. Don't make excuses, and then get busy putting the work in.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. And he makes it.
I think he's the most creative finisher in the league. Irvin's so good at finding holes in the defense.
Russell from outside hits a three-pointer. Russell's got 5 points.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Poke loose. And now the T-Wolves on the break. And he lays it in off the breakaway.
Boy, improving as a two-way threat. It's big when Russell is making an impact on both offense and defense.
Brooklyn has gone 1 for 2 from beyond the arc in this first quarter. And here we go. The T-Wolves running again. And Towns slams it home.
Towns with the creativity and explosiveness.
Let's take another look at the staunch defense during that mobile one block.
That'll put some fear into the shooters, and he made sure to do it early, too.
Now here's Irving. Last game with 30. Harden fires away from outside. Ooh, nothing falling for them right now.
And he's having an ugly quarter from the field. It seems really frustrating.
Towns, that's good. Give him 8 points now.
And this defense needs to turn the screws and ramp up the intensity. They're looking a little loose out there right now.
Yeah, they've got to do a little more to disrupt their offensive rhythm, too.
Here's Russell. Played it in with a nice touch off the window.
Getting out to a nice lead. Great flow and great execution.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
Timeout called. Brooklyn.
And D'Angelo Russell, looking at his career, he's slowly becoming a more efficient player, learning his strengths and his limitations.
Your Timberwolves dancers. Band, your Timberwolves dancers.
Inside. Can they get it? And then Harden with the jam.
Boy, the slam from the beard. Elevating a little bit. James can go from 0 to 100 pretty quick for a guy of his size.
And for Russell, he's still a volume scorer. But now I think he's better at picking his spots.
And you can live with his percentages. I mean, he's improved his shot from the outside. It seems like he's always looking to refine his game.
Pass to Bembry. Oh, good D by Edwards. They absolutely want to add to what's already a big lead.
No question, B.A. No reason to let up. Just keep playing your game. So far, they're owning both ends of the floor. We'll see if they can keep this going.
And, you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that if you're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now.
Irving's gone 3 for 4 from the floor tonight. Beverly into the lane. Another miss. He's 2 for 4.
Well, we talk about the value of great rim protection. That's a shot he typically makes.
Edwards. Vanderbilt with the block. And now the T-Wolves on the break. Beverly with it. Irving picks him up. And Edwards with the basket on the assist from Beverly.
This has been just a dreadful start for them defensively. Not good at all.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
And, you know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
First one falls for him. And we're in the middle of the season, Clark. Some teams that exceeded early expectations are starting to believe.
And that confidence is self-perpetuating. Again, you have success, it breeds more success because you have some confidence. And I'll tell you what, it's a pretty good feeling when you prove the doubters wrong as a team.
Mills, he's checked in for James Harden. And that's good as he hits both shots. Well, Grant, you've won the NBA Sportsmanship Award 3 times, tied with Mike Conley for the most ever.
Wow, no, it is a humbling experience to get voted for that award by your peers. You know, it's all about, I think, trying to play the game the right way with integrity. And Conley is a guy that truly embodies that. I'll tell you, man, Irving can do many things for your ball club. But at the top of the list, he's a tremendous shooter with great range and great confidence.
You know, if you were to hand select a player to take the last shot for you, no one would bat an eye if you chose Kyrie Irving.
Ever since his shot over Steph Curry in 2016, Irving's been a legend, and some of it's his mental approach. People say he marches to the beat of a different drum. That may help him in those big moments.
That free throw good from Irving.
Boy, what a journey it's been for Irving. An all-star, a champion. He's played on the U.S. national team and even did a little acting along the way.
Reed's checked in for the Timberwolves. Beasley comes in for Russell. Aldridge is checked in for Brooklyn. So he gets them both.
You know, last year when Irving announced that James Harden was now the team's point guard, that raised some eyebrows. But as usual, there was a method to Irving's madness.
Here's Beverly. Here's Beasley. The shot misses. Great D that time from Aldridge.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
Clark, when you talk in depth with Irving, most of his opinions are well thought out.
I agree with you. I mean, he's a bit misunderstood, but he's very thorough and thoughtful and has some interesting things to say. I mean, when he plays the point guard, he says he sees everything that's going on, and I wouldn't argue with him because he's got great vision. When he plays the two, he knows what he's looking for, and that's to put that ball in the bucket, and he does it as well as anybody in the league.
Here's Towns, and it's powered home by Towns.
You know you're doing something right when you find yourself up double digits in the first period.
Well, they're doing everything right. How about that? I mean, this could turn into a blowout very quickly.
Here's Towns. Hey, he's now 6 for 6. He is cooking right now.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Now here's Irving. He's got 10. And Aldridge with the slam.
Irving doing a nice job there being creative and efficient with that beautiful assist.
And it's Beasley penetrating. And he's in the books. Now 1 for 2.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. You know, that's why they continue to get attacked.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Irving for 3. Drills it from deep. Irving's got 13.
Well, they're still losing, but it's not because of him. He's been lights out this quarter.
And Beverly gets it to go.
They've shown so much energy right from the start, particularly on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
And it's Beasley penetrating. Soft touch off the glass. Beasley's got his second basket of the night.
Their defense just falls apart once the ball goes inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
Here's Beverly. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
They've controlled the paint so far. That's been the difference.
And, you know, establishing that physical dominance early gives you a big mental edge, too. Don't discount that.
And then Aldridge with the dunk.
Boy, that's exactly the kind of activity on the offensive glass that makes Aldridge special.
Now a timeout called by Minnesota. changes for Minnesota. McDaniels comes in for Towns, and Okogie is subbed in for Anthony Edwards. Griffin, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Thomas comes in for Bembry. Here's Beverly with the putback. Aldridge pulls down the board. And for the Nets, they're shooting right around 57%. Very efficient so far in the first. To the right side. Outside Mills. Jacks up a three. And the Nets, another three.
You know, Mills has been a guy who's been very streaky as a perimeter shooter, but he's been good behind the arc his entire career.
Fast break, Brooklyn. Here's Thomas. Cashes in the corner three. Now just a 4-point Timberwolves lead.
I know it's early, but you have to wonder if these offenses can keep this up.
High-octane action for sure. Crowd pleasing already.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense, man.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
Aldridge misses.
Boy, they dodged one there, guys. I mean, he got the wide open look that he wanted, just didn't knock it down.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Brooklyn with the ball. 8-point game. They come into this one following the loss to Minnesota.
Just a tough road loss. You're going against players who are comfortable shooting in their own building. You have to find a way to disrupt their focus.
Yeah, and it's not easy to do, much easier said than done, but they're capable of making it happen. It just comes down, I think, to will and desire.
Going all the way to the rack. Here's Beasley. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot two.
You know, as young as Malik Beasley is, it's really been impressive to see how quickly he's adapted to the pro game. For some guys, it's a struggle, but I think he found his footing fairly easy.
That one's off.
And, you know, Beasley saw a bigger role last year. Full slate of starter minutes were his, and it led to a career high in numbers for him.
And the second free throw is good. Beasley, a much bigger part of this team, was more a role player early in his career.
And he's a bigger part of this team, B.A., for good reason. He's a natural scorer who can fill it up, and he gives you a legitimate outside threat, and he's now become a top option for this offense.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
Irving for three. Minnesota with a rebound. They want to keep rolling here following the win against Brooklyn.
Oh, man, they were in total control, really doing anything they wanted. It was that level of dominance.
And, you know, everything seemed to just kind of flow naturally for them. Felt like they were in a groove from the opening tip.
Irving finds Griffin. 51 seconds left in the first quarter. And Irving with the basket on the assist from Griffin. Irving's got 19 points.
All 5 of the last buckets they've given up have been from downtown.
Well, the defense just hasn't pressed up to deny any of those looks, guys. I mean, they're hanging back and getting picked apart.
Their offense is looking like a well-oiled machine, getting any look they want.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
Here's Aldridge. After the Timberwolves picking up a basket a moment ago.
And credit his teammates for feeding him all quarter.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Pass to Beverly. And score it. That now makes him 7 for 11 in this game.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Griffin passes to Irving. Tipped away. That's going to be over and back. Not watching the line on that one. .11 seconds left to play in the first. Here's Beverly. And he banks in the layup. Hey, Beverly's got 18 points in the game.
Got to respect the strength of Beverly. I mean, when he's on the attack, nothing is slowing him down.
Irving. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. And so it's Minnesota with an impressive 16-point lead heading into the break. Tough to run with them. They get the ball up the court so fast. We'll be back in a moment. He's one of the deadliest scorers in the game today, but Kyrie Irving is aware of his defensive responsibilities as well.
I wouldn't be able to do it without our bigs and our consistent effort from our wings as well, helping me out. I may not make the right play every time on the defensive end, but we're doing a great job of covering for one another, and I cover for my teammates as well as they cover for me. So, that's just a tribute to our team's success on the defensive end.
Well, Irving at 6'3" has the size and quickness to defend.
And that's an area, BA, where he's improved, but he only needs to be average defensively. His scoring is elite.
Patrick Mills.
Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck. Plenty of time left in this one. And quite a position here for the Timberwolves. What do you think, guys?
It's simple. Offensively, they limited their turnovers. Defensively, they forced turnovers.
Yeah, I like the way they forced a ton of turnovers and then took advantage of those turnovers with opportunistic baskets.
On the court right now. Second quarter for the Nets. We've got Blake Griffin, Patrick Mills out there with James Harden. Then there's LaMarcus Aldridge, and it's Thomas in at the 3 spot. And the Nets with possession here. The Timberwolves getting their last shot to go. Here's Griffin. Outside for Harden. From deep. Russell with the rebound. Russell's got 4 rebounds now. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Thanks, BA. The Minnesota Timberwolves and their sister franchise, the Lynx, under new management, or at least that's the plan starting in 2023. A key part of this sales agreement was stipulation that the teams remain in Minnesota, something that's got to make the fans in the Twin Cities very happy.
Oh, that's great news, Allie. Thanks for that. Here's Mills, and there's the drive. Hey, he's now 6 for 6. He is cooking right now.
Boy, he's doing everything he can at this point. The rest of his teammates need to step up and give him some help.
Beasley, that's good. Beasley's got 17 points.
And talk about imposing your will. That's 10 straight points in the paint.
Well, constantly finding lanes to the basket and getting great looks inside.
And here we go, the Timberwolves on the run. Here's Okogie. It's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play opportunity. Well, you were Rookie of the Year back in 1995, Grant. For young guys coming into the league, how difficult are expectations right out of the gate?
Well, rookies these days are way younger than when I played. I mean, I was 22 my first year in the league after 4 years in college. So, I think we have to give these young players time to develop and learn how to become great in the NBA.
And that one misses.
Josh Okogie was born in Nigeria but moved to the U.S. with his family at 3 years of age, and he attended high school and college in Georgia. However, he does play for the Nigerian national team.
Harden against Beasley. Over Harden. The shot no good. And Brooklyn going the other way now. Outside Mills. And there's the lob. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt. Back to Okogie. That one no good. Oh, great D that time from Griffin. Here's Harden. Softly drops in the floater. Harden's got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
Incredible control on that floater. Harden is fantastic at putting just the right amount of touch on these very difficult and delicate shots.
And the shot goes down. And the Timberwolves lead by 17.
Yeah, their defense is starting to wear down. That's 3 straight buckets at the rim.
Pass to Thomas. Claxton down low. Shot from 12. Rebound Minnesota. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Russell to pass to Beasley. That falls. Nice assist by Russell. Russell's got his 4th assist with that last one.
Boy, the baskets keep coming for Beasley. I like how assertive he's being tonight on offense.
To the wing, right side. And here's Mills from the arc. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Boy, just a lovely dish by Griffin.
For Minnesota, they've gotten 7 of 10 attempts to drop in the second quarter. Beasley for 3. Here's Vanderbilt, and it's good. Fought through contact, hit the shot, and will go to the line. Towns, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Anthony Edwards comes in for Beasley. Edwards, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Bembry comes in for Mills. Brooklyn has gone 2 of 3 from the three-point line in the second. Here's Thomas. He's got 6 to the paint. That's his 3rd basket in 5 shots. Solid work.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
Here's Edwards driving in, and a two-handed jam.
On the front foot, attacking the defense. This is Anthony Edwards at his best.
And so it's Brooklyn with it, trailing by 19. Pass to Bembry, down low. Harden's shot is good. Harden's got 8.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
Here's Russell. And yes, it's good. He's 7 for 8 now.
Well, I tell you, Russell looking very comfortable taking on aggressive defense and getting the job done. That's good focus on his part.
Here's Thomas. Give him 8.
Cameron Thomas.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. And good on the second, so he makes them both. How about the unselfishness of this team?
Yeah, the willingness to make the next pass has this defense scrambled. They've been a little soft with their defense on the interior.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here. You know, if you follow the career of Russell, he's never had a chance to get completely comfortable, in my opinion. Tough breaks for him in his journey thus far.
Harden from outside, and his 5th basket. Now 5 for 8, looking comfortable out there.
Lackluster defense, showing no desire to chase shooters off that line.
And those triples, they sure do add up quickly, don't they? I mean, they've got to make some kind of adjustment here. Oh, doctor. Oh, my goodness, Anthony Edwards. Throwing it down with force. Get this guy in the dunk contest.
And you know Russell would love to have a long stretch with a team.
I know he certainly would, B.A. I mean, he's always seen major injuries to other stars on his team, which has obviously affected him. Coach turnover in his career hasn't helped either. I think he's made the most of it, and he's tried to stay focused, and I still think he's got a lot of good days ahead of him.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Anthony Edwards. That's his first foul of the game.
Can cannot give Harden room to shoot from the mid-range. I mean, he's an offensive juggernaut. It's really that simple.
Here's Russell. That one's true. He's now 9 of 10.
Guys, I tell you what, feels like everything is coming easy to him. Just taking what he sees and capitalizing.
That's tipped. Stolen by Russell. Into the lane. And then Russell with the dunk.
Guys, absolutely feeling it. When Russell heats up, showtime.
Harden with it. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Timberwolves in Minnesota.
In total command of the offense. The passing was insane, especially when you consider how many points he put up. And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more. That was some slick passing from Harden on that one.
Now here's Edwards. He's guarded closely. Here's Towns. Oh, he remains perfect. 7 for 7, showing no signs of letting up.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass. This is some kind of performance we're seeing from him today. He has yet to miss a shot.
Here's Prince. Oh, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Towns doing a nice job with a smart play there, getting the ball to a ready shooter instead of trying to force it himself.
Timeout called, Brooklyn.
And when you watch Towns, one thing is clear. He's one of the best in the league. He gives you so much when he's on the floor.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. McDaniels checked in. Irving's checked in for Brooklyn. Brooklyn has gone 3 of 4 from outside so far in the second quarter. And you know, Grant, with Towns, he's arguably one of the top dozen big men in the league.
And you forget how young he is, B.A. I mean, a few years from now, he might be top 5. He has all the tools necessary to be a superstar.
Russell, that's good.
More points coming from inside. In that respect, they've been the more aggressive team.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
Here's Harden, following the score by Minnesota. There's the 3. Drains the triple. Harden's got 12 now in this quarter.
Now we're starting to see him deliver on offense. He's really found his tempo here in the second quarter.
Russell, that's good.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Now here's Harden. He's got 16. Basket's good.
Well, the team does a nice job supporting what Kyrie Irving does. I mean, they've got total trust in his ability, so I think they work a lot harder to set him up.
Here's Towns. Banked it in off the glass. Towns has got 18 points in the game.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Aldridge is checked in for Brooklyn. Towns against Aldridge. Towns double team. That shot's good. Russell making the play. Russell's got 6 assists now in the game. Brooklyn has got it going from distance in the second quarter. 4 of 5 from deep. Here's Irving. Again, the net score.
Irving has the touch needed to do damage from just about anywhere, including from there.
Here's McDaniels. Rebound Brooklyn. Here's Vanderbilt. Comes up empty down low. The shot by Towns, no good. Well, Brooklyn's shooting very well. 66% for the game and looking really strong. And here's Edwards outside. Knocks down the long J. Edwards has gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Edwards. Oh, it's blocked by Aldridge.
You know, over time, Aldridge has really developed into a pretty good shot blocker.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Irving. Here's Russell. 23 points for him last game against Brooklyn.
And he did his part from the line. Drew fouls and made them count. Time and time again, they're creating good looks from close range.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration and converting the opportunities.
Edwards. Vanderbilt with the block. And he recovers it. Pass to Bembry. To the middle. 3 on the clock. Aldridge misses. One side has dominated tonight.
Yeah, they've done a fantastic job of imposing their pace and style of play.
And you look at Towns, he's been a fantastic outside shooter since coming into the league. It's a hallmark of what makes him so dangerous. He can do it inside, but he's a lethal jump shooter as well.
First one falls, and with Towns in his shooting, he's actually the Minnesota franchise leader for made threes.
How about that? Took over that record, BA, in 2021. Amazing on several levels, no matter how you look at that stat. The fact he's 7 feet and the fact he did it so quickly, mind-blowing.
Beverly, he's checked in for the Timberwolves, and he makes both free throws.
And, you know, you think of the top centers in this league. Towns matches Embiid and Jokic in terms of talent level and versatility. And I really like how Towns is progressing on the defensive end as well.
And it's Towns with the power finish.
Great teamwork on that drive. Punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
And so it's Brooklyn with it, following the score by Minnesota. Pass to Aldridge. Takes a 3. Sends it home from three-point land. Aldridge has got 9.
Whenever Aldridge hits from out there, that's a huge bonus.
Sinks that one from the post.
Boy, he's playing out of his head, nailing everything. And the defense is scrambling to try to stop him right now, and so far, no go.
Now here's Irving. 23 points in the game. Now here's Towns. He's guarded by Mills. Here's Russell. He takes it in. Griffin pulls down the board. Griffin's got 4 rebounds in the game.
Well, I don't think I've ever seen a lack of effort from Towns on the glass. He is a glass eater and keeps possessions alive for his team.
Here's Mills. Coming in off 21 points in his last outing. Out to the right wing. From downtown, he drops it from range. Mills has got 12 now in this quarter.
Well, I think they're getting caught in that in-between zone, no man's land, giving up 3 straight from beyond the arc right now. You got to be in awe of what he's doing this quarter, actually destroying the opponent.
Here's Mills. The Timberwolves getting their last shot to go. Takes it inside and denied. He sends it right off the glass. Beverly against Griffin. Drops in the layup for 2. Hey, Beverly's got 22 points.
Like how Beverly takes on challenges. This guy's a pit bull in his competitiveness. Aggressive at shooting over the defense, even when they're all in it.
And there's Towns on the assist from Beverly. Beverly's got 6 assists in the game.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on them.
And so it's D'Angelo Russell making things happen for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Moving the rock and looking for a shot. It's clear he's in a good rhythm. All right, Allie's ready to go. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Carl, you were able to build the lead, but what's the key to maintaining it or even increasing it going forward?
I mean, don't change what we're doing. So stay together, keep passing the ball, keep playing great defense, and just keep making them think and make decisions, especially the difficult ones.
Consistency is a beautiful thing. Thanks, Carl.
Thank you, Allie. Good stuff. We will be right back after this break for the beginning of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Shaq is here. One half is behind us. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. What a start for D'Angelo Russell. He had 29 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 block. And Kenny, what did you see out there from the Timberwolves?
They were in such a groove that entire first half, especially on the offensive end. Good play calling, good execution, and by and large, they take great shots.
And over to Shaq. What do you think about Brooklyn?
First question, why can't they hold on to the ball? I mean, they've been loose as heck with it, Ernie. They're even getting a shot up in several positions. Even if you take a bad shot, there's a chance it goes in or you get offensive board. But hold on to the ball.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. You know, D'Angelo Russell has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, he's kind of been the floor general for them tonight. A lot of assists for him.
And, you know, that's not a job they ask him to do very often, but in the first half, I thought he was in perfect sync with his teammates.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. And there's the call on Karl Anthony Towns. That'll be a second foul of the game, and a chance there to look back at the stunning mobile 1 block a moment ago.
Yeah, just some terrific effort there. And you know the whole team will get an energy boost off a block like that one.
We've got Edwards, Patrick Beverley out there with D'Angelo Russell. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns, and it's Vanderbilt in at power forward. So that's the Timberwolves 5.
You know, Harden's done a nice job really increasing his playmaking over the last few years and excels at finding teammates.
And you look at Harden's endurance, able to give 100% night in and night out. And he plays as many minutes as you need.
You know, Grant, watching Harden, he always seems to be in attack mode.
And he's consistent about it too, B.A. A lot of guys are aggressive in spurts. Harden is looking to make a play every moment he's on the floor.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Towns. And so Towns nails them both. Well, Brooklyn's shooting very well, 62% and going right at the defense. To the inside, Edwards takes the assist and lays it in. Nice setup. Edwards got 5.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
And what I like about it, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
Chalk up 2 there.
They are passing the ball around tremendously right now.
Inside. Russell, that's good. Russell's got 31.
Deep into the game, you rely on players like him to keep delivering.
Beverly with a steal. Fast break, Minnesota. Here's Towns. Knocked loose. For Brooklyn, they've gone 3 of 3 in this second half. To the middle. And Claxton gets the bucket. 10 points for him.
Terrific accuracy on that pass. That's how you lead your teammate.
For Minnesota, they've gotten 2 of 4 shots to go since the break. Pass to Russell. Here's Towns. 32 points in the game for him.
The mid-range jumper isn't the most popular shot these days, but it's working for them.
I love that mid-range shot. It's definitely giving the defender something extra to think about.
Left side, Edwards. Here's Bembry. 6 to shoot. With the drive. Blocked!
And you see Edwards trying to do this more, impose his will at the defensive end. Good job defensively that time.
Some changes for Minnesota. Reed's checked in for Towns. And Okogie is subbed in for Vanderbilt. Off the inbound pass. And Brooklyn has possession. Shot is good by Edwards.
He kicks it out, takes advantage of the open space. That'll leave a defense scrambling.
Pass to Edwards. Here he goes. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Well, I tell you what, once Edwards accelerates, I mean, he looks like he's playing at a different speed than those around him.
The Nets have gotten 5 of 7 attempts in the third quarter. Harden from outside. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Not sure what the defense was thinking. I mean, you can't leave this guy open from deep.
Here's Beverly. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Oh, I love the aggressive mindset Beverly has. I mean, that's really what makes him special. He's not afraid of getting bumped, especially when he's going to the bucket.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he drops the first.
And you know, Beverly is easily one of the most tenacious defenders in the league. An absolute pest of epic proportion. Love his energy.
Beasley's checked in for Russell. And a change for the Nets. Thomas, he's checked in for Irving. Good on both.
And man, looking good from the line so far this half.
100% since halftime. Come on now. I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon with that kind of marksmanship.
Good on the bucket.
And that's exactly how you attack length. I love how he doesn't lack assertiveness.
That's well done there. I mean, don't even give him a chance to get to the block. Get in tight and finish at the rim.
Oh, nice feed. On time and on target.
Here's Thomas. Beverly defending. Beverly with a steal. Beasley outside. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
Malik Beasley.
One shot.
That's good from Beasley. Third quarter of basketball here. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by. And the foul on Patrick Beverly. That's his first foul of the game. And Minnesota calls time here.
And something fans don't always get to see, some of the closely guarded secrets that happen in that huddle.
Yeah, typically there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major or it could be just a slight tweak.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Love the unselfishness of Beverly. I mean, when he sees his teammate wide open, he quickly gets him the ball.
The Nets have gotten 7 of their 9 shots to fall. Quality shooting in the second half. Got a piece of it. Going inside. Lays it up and banks it in. Hey, Beverly's got 4 points this quarter.
And why go away from attacking inside if the D has no answer for you?
Pass to Bembry. And that's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession.
Great read to get a hand in there and disrupt the play.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Prince is checked in. Down low. Harden with it. Here's Thomas. Oh, no good again that time. Pass to Prince. Claxton with a rebound. Brooklyn has gone 2 for 2 from deep here in the third. Harden, good. Harden's got 21 points in the game.
Well, I tell you what, with Harden, sometimes it seems the more the defense bodies him up, the more determined and effective he is in scoring.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
So, Brian, the NBA tests out different rules in the G League, including shooting 1 free throw for all the possible points to speed things up. How much did it hurt players' free throw percentages, not getting the multiple tries? Well, averages dropped a percentage point or 2. Is that a deal breaker or something to consider?
Yeah, those are good questions. We'll see, Allie. Thank you. And here's Edwards outside, and no good. Now Minnesota takes it the other way. Beasley outside. Driving to the basket. The putback. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Prince is effective at converting second chance opportunities when he chooses to go after them.
Here's Thomas. He's got 12. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by. What he might lack in height at the 4 spot, he makes up for it with his burst.
Pass to Okogie. From behind the arc. Rebound Brooklyn. Here's Thomas. It's picked off. Here's Prince. He's averaging almost 5 points a game. The offensive rebound. And Beverly gets it to go. And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
Defensively, they've played with a high energy level tonight, and all the steals we've seen a result of that aggressiveness.
Yeah, I think you also have to give them a lot of credit for how well they've risen up to meet shooters, to challenge shots in this game. A lot of blocked shots tonight.
And so it's Brooklyn with it, following the score by Minnesota. Here's Harden. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. It's going to be on Naz Reid.
Well, you know, he may be the best player in the league at drawing contact, James Harden. I mean, he's really clever at getting his body into defenders.
Two shot.
That's good from Harden.
Harden's level of creativity offensively is really special. His handles, his ability to get out and get buckets is really second to none.
McDaniels is checked in for the Timberwolves. Griffin, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Mills comes in for Bembry. Harden hits them both. Minnesota's got nothing to fall here in the third. 0 for 4. Beverly into the lane. And that one good. Hey, Beverly's got 30.
And, you know, Beverly has great speed. Snake-like in how he slips through the defense on the drive.
Now here's Mills. 20 points for him. To the paint. Here's Griffin. And Griffin slams it in.
And one move ahead of the defense, a solid pick.
And then the monster dunk to complete the play. Well done.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
That'll drive your coach crazy, failing to box out. Ugh.
Those are free points you're giving away. You got to work harder on the glass.
Now here's Mills. They look to him to score consistently, averaging around 13.5 a game.
Hey, listen up now. Let me give you one word about Mills tonight. Indefatigable. That means he never runs out of energy.
Brooklyn has gone 2 of 3 from outside so far in the third quarter. To the inside, Edwards. Count that one. He's now 5 for 8.
Boy, you've got to appreciate the passing there. Results in a great look.
You know Blake Griffin's NBA career certainly didn't have humble beginnings. I mean, he won the slam dunk contest and Rookie of the Year in his debut season. He really hit the ground running.
Now here's Beverly. 30 points in the game. Off target from outside. And so it's Brooklyn with it. Mills attacking. Oh, rejected by McDaniels. Well, the Timberwolves shooting an unreal 69%. Really special stuff here. And while Blake Griffin's career certainly got off to a hot start, Grant, he's also managed to remain a dominant force over the years.
No question. He's a guy who can get it done. Points, rebounds, assists, anything you need. He's a great example of an enduring talent.
Now here's Griffin. Right now averaging 6 a game. Harden from outside. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Beasley's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's McDaniels. Hits the trifecta. McDaniels got 5 points.
The defense takes a chance, leaves him open at the arc, and he capitalizes.
And the foul on Patrick Beverly. That'll be a 2nd foul of the game. Aldridge is checked in for Harden. Here's Thomas. He's got 12 from the high post. Rebound Minnesota. Reed's got 4 rebounds now.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
Patrick Beverly.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw no good. Some changes for Minnesota. Karl Anthony Towns is checked in for Reed. Vanderbilt comes in for Okogie. And Russell is subbed in for Beasley. And a change for the Nets. Irving's checked in. He hits the 2nd from the line.
They're doing great work at the free throw line this half. That bodes well for their chances to close out this game.
Oh, they get a hand on it. Stolen by Russell. And he lays it in on the break. Russell's got 33 points.
The 6'9" wingspan of Russell reaches, picks it clean, then there he goes off to the races.
Yet another steal from him. And that's his 6th steal of the night.
Imposing his will at the defensive end. You gotta love it.
Patrick Beverly.
Shoot 2.
First free throw is good.
And collectively, as the game has progressed, they've been shooting really well from the charity stripe.
Both shots good from the stripe.
Good physicality from him in the 2nd half, earning more trips to the line.
Outside Edwards. Outside Mills. The ball's knocked loose. And they're pushing it up. He goes up, and it's powered home by Town.
They've been very well-rounded and extremely focused.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
Brooklyn has gotten 2 of 4 threes to fall here in this third quarter. Fast break, Minnesota. We've got 1:55 left in the third quarter here. The shot off that time. That's shooting a remarkable 60% clip. Very efficient. Cash. Mills with the bucket. Mills has gotten 4 this quarter.
And another great assist. The offense is really clicking now.
You know, the defense has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
And Minnesota calls time here. Edwards, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. .143 left in the third quarter. Outside Russell. Another miss by Minnesota. And their biggest problem so far, taking care of the ball.
Yeah, they've made some great plays, but way too many turnovers. Their offense is really humming right now, and it's because of the beautiful ball distribution.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
He made a 3 back in the first half, but that's it. We'll see if he can find his stroke. And that's a backbreaker for the defense. I mean, offensive boards like that run momentum against you.
Well, you know, that's the way it's going to be for them today, fellas. Can't sustain any momentum.
Now here's Griffin, and here's Mills for 3. Buries it from 3. Mills has got 27.
This guy is simply having a great game from outside.
And here's Edwards outside. Aldridge pulls down the board. Aldridge has got 6 rebounds here tonight. And now the T-Wolves on the break. And here's Edwards outside. Gets the 3 ball to go. Edwards has got 7 points for the quarter.
They've been unable to get guys back up court.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. You want to be aggressive offensively, but at the same time, you need defensive balance so you can get back in transition.
Irving, that's good.
Tell you what, I don't think there's been a single shot that Irving has wanted and didn't get so far.
Here's Edwards. Aldridge pulls down the board. Aldridge has got 7 rebounds in the game. Outside Irving. And here's Edwards outside. Basket is good. Nice setup from Irving. Irving's got 7 assists in the game.
That's why you keep your head up. If the assist is there, you can pounce.
It's been all about Karl Anthony Towns from Minnesota. He's nearing the 40-point mark, just getting whatever shot he wants. Back after this. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
You can count on him to deliver a few assists like this one each and every night.
It sure is. I mean, he's a maestro. Great vision, terrific IQ, everything you want in a point guard.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. On the floor for Brooklyn, they've got Johnson. Javon Carter is out there with Edwards. Then it's Bruce Brown, and it's Sharp in at the center position. Rebounded by Johnson.
That's 2 points they should have had. I'm sure he'd love to get that look again.
Edwards against Edwards. Down low. Here we go, one-on-one. Prince can't hit. Now Edwards lets it fly. He hits the back iron and sinks it.
This is a fantastic performance in this half. He didn't play as well in the first, but you just know with this guy, he's always ready to turn it around.
Brooklyn with the ball. Edwards with it. He's picked up by Edwards. They're running. Nice shot there, making him 8 for 13.
Boy, Edwards doing a nice job excelling in transition, has a really good understanding of how to field the lane and get where he needs to be.
Flushes it down to finish the break.
Well, look, great anticipation on one end leads to points on the other.
Boy, there's not much defense available once a steal is made. That's the best time to attack on the break.
Well, Brooklyn's shooting 64% for the game. Amazing. And Grant, you played for a Suns team that was influential with their training staff's approach. How has sports medicine changed from the early days?
You know, B.A., it has changed immensely. Nowadays, every team incorporates that foundation that Suns medical staff had back in the day. It's all about prevention. It's about recovery. It's the big picture approach to making sure players can not only get through season after season, but have longevity throughout their careers.
Sharp. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Yeah, you know, Mills is one of those energizing players who does a little bit of everything, including finding his open teammates.
And it's good. 2 points.
Their success from mid-range has really set them apart today.
Simply taking advantage of what the defense has given them, and they've really made the most of it.
Knocked away. And here we go again. The Timberwolves on the break. Shot is good by Edwards. Edwards has got 13 in the second half.
Boy, how about the strength of Edwards? Confident in taking on defenders and finishing.
And here we go. The Timberwolves on the run. The shot's good.
They've given up 8 of the last 10 points in transition.
And defensively, you've got to recognize that threat and make the correction.
And here's Mills for 3. Here's Sharp. Prince grabs the miss.
They've had a slight leg up on the boards and a big leg up on the scoreboard.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
And here we go, the Timberwolves on the run. Throw it down on the breakaway jam.
They're making it look easy out there, just having fun.
Yeah, offensively, they've just been rolling. Impossible to stop.
We're in the final quarter play here. 3 minutes in. Pass to Carter. To the middle. Here's Sharp. And he floats it in for the easy 2. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
His playmaking is something to watch. Threading that pass right in there.
And they'll get another chance.
There's another opportunity, and everything's going right for these guys. Well, I don't think he's performing up to his own expectations, but they still find themselves out in front.
Mills, no good. The Timberwolves have gotten 7 of 12 shots to drop in this fourth quarter. Here's Layman. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Tell you what, that is a missed opportunity from mid-range for sure. With as little defense as was shown, should have made that one.
And so it looks like the Nets will retain possession here. Reed's checked in for Anthony Edwards. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Carter from outside knocks down the triple. Carter's got his first 3 points of the game.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
Well, there's been a lot of discussion about officiating in the league right now. Clark, you think the game's called tighter than it used to be?
I don't really think it's tighter. It's different. I mean, the emphasis is on really giving the offensive players an opportunity to get to the basket and to not allow defensive players to impede with their hands on the perimeter. And I like that part of it. And cutting, you can't just chuck cutters and be overly physical. Basketball is a contact game. It's not a wrestling match. And Freedom of movement is an important part of that, and it looks better, and it does, in fact, allow it to be a little more entertaining, in my opinion.
Brown passes to Carter. Now Johnson. Inside. And he dunks it. What a pass to set him up.
He may give up a little size, but has the bounce to hold his own.
Here's Noel. Ooh, he can't stop the run as that misses. Carter inside. Prince is there. Carter, good.
The value of good ball movement isn't lost on this squad.
Here's Noel. Layman, great positioning on the putback.
As usual, he's right there to save the play. Nice timing on the tip in.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 6 for 11 here in the fourth quarter. And he's gone for the lob. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. Minnesota calls timeout.
Your Timberwolves dancers. Fans, your Timberwolves dancers.
And the Nets making a change here. Thomas is checked in. Well, the Timberwolves shooting right around 40% since the beginning of the fourth quarter. Another miss by Minnesota. Brooklyn has gotten 1 of 3 to fall from downtown here in the fourth. Brown, and the layup is good. Brown's got his first basket of the night.
Boy, absolutely no rim protection, leading to a lot of easy buckets here.
And Minnesota calls time here. All right, here's a different question for you, partner. I'll be taking notes. Did you have a favorite city for food in the NBA?
Well, write this down, B.A. So my mom is from New Orleans, so I know New Orleans very well. And so New Orleans was my favorite city, no question. The food there, I'm getting full just thinking about it.
Here's Layman. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
And even from where we're sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
No question about it. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
They're cashing in on their chances at the line this half. That's helping them big time.
Both good from the line that time. Well, the NBA has said we're in a transformational period. We have to earn viewers. Clark, moves like the play-in tournament looking to attract those viewers.
Well, you know what, B? I like the initiative the NBA has taken there. Clearly, you have to continue to create and innovate and adapt as a league. I think it's smart to try new things, and I think the play-in tournament added a level of excitement, not just with its newness, but with the competitive nature of those play-in games. So I think it's something that may find its way as part of the regular calendar going forward.
Every player goes through this. When your shots aren't going down, it can ding your confidence.
Minnesota has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. From deep three-point range, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Naz Reid. That'll be a second foul of the game. And here are the Nets now. They're on a 15-4 run. On the attack, Carter. Here's Sharp. Shots blocked. Here's Noel, defended by Brown. Noel, no good.
He hasn't hit a single shot yet, but somehow as a team, they're getting it done.
Right side, Brown. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Brown's got 6 in the quarter.
In the NBA, you let anyone shoot inside 5 feet, and you're putting yourself at a disadvantage.
Shot on the wing. The rebound by the Nets.
And that's a low percentage shot, and I'm sure he knows it.
Well, you can't be forcing a shot like that. You got to keep the ball moving, get something better. Not much resistance from the defense. Easy play that time for him.
From the wing, that's short off the rim. Brooklyn has gotten 1 of 3 to fall from downtown here in the fourth. He got a piece of it.
Excellent toughness on the defensive end, and that's what Prince does. He's got size, and he's got the will to defend at a high level.
And the basket by Balmaro.
They're playing a lot more aggressively on the offensive boards in the second half, racking up a ton of second chance points.
Carter, the pass to Johnson. No one near him, and it's in there.
He gets inside right when he sees the opening. Got to attack when you have that chance.
Reid for 3. Here's Noel. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
Now, what's the saying? Don't box out, you get your feelings hurt.
Carter with it. Here's Thomas. Good. And Brown gets the assist.
It all started with the pass. That's what coaches love to see, ball movement.
Offensive board. Here's Reid. Can't hit it from 12 feet.
Hard to turn down a look that good. Still, long twos are losing favor, and misses like that are the reason why.
Sharp, no good.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Out of bounds. It'll be Brooklyn's ball. Here's Carter. And the top pick in this year's draft, Cade Cunningham. Grant, I heard some insiders compare you to him. You like those comparisons?
Well, he's 6'8" with skill, sees the floor, I think approaches the game the right way. Maybe not the leaper I was, but tremendously talented, and I'm so eager to see how he develops. He's got a bright future in front of him.
And he gets that one.
Javon Carter.
Here's Noel. Here's Balmaro. Shoots over Johnson. Ooh, and once again, off the mark by Minnesota. To the inside. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
There you go. He's a monster at the rim.
So athletic. Obviously, he plays on the attack.
No question about it. He's very comfortable in the air. Dunks like that, no problem for him.
And he drains it. A solid 5 for 6 now.
And the advantage he has is clear. Just taking what the defense gives him right there.
Here's Prince. No good. Had a chance to end the run there. Reid against Carter. Here's Brown, and the jam by Brown.
Nice basic one-hander there.
Hey, I think he got some extra bounce off the ground on that one.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's what it looked like to me. I mean, he was way up there.
Here's Lehman. It's not going to go for him, and Brooklyn will come the other way. Pass to Thomas. Here's Carter. And another shot. Got a hand on it.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Timberwolves.
And it seemed like steals ended up making the difference in this game.
No question. Their ability to force mistakes and turn them into points gave them an upper hand tonight.
And they played well tonight, picking up win number 24 of the year.
And with this victory, they have an edge in the season series at 2-1, with one more game to follow against this team.
They've got one more game left against them, and there's no doubt they'll use this as a jumping-off point to take another game off them later in the year. At least that's the plan.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Karl Anthony Towns.
A quality offensive outing. When you get it going like he did, I'll tell you, it's one of the best feelings in basketball.
And the Timberwolves call time here. They lead by 25. 46 seconds left in the final quarter. Now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, James Harden.
What an impressive performance for him tonight, particularly on the scoreboard. Understand the team's unselfish play, the ball movement, the player movement allowed him to convert consistently on the offensive end.
And the first one at the line is good. And so he hits both. 46 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Noel. Ooh, and once again, off the mark by Minnesota. I like how they're controlling the pace, Grant.
Yeah, they must continue to build on this run.
And the basket is good.
Doesn't have to break his momentum at all to catch the pass.
Shot from the wing. Here's Prince. Got it.
Their home crowd has energized them all game. Now they're closing it out.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
Just 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Thomas. Here's Johnson. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't take the lid off. And the ball out of play, the Nets will have it. Eight seconds left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. And now we've got an intentional foul.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
And so Carter nails them both. Here's Noel. So we see the Timberwolves taking the W here. Well, this might not have been the most competitive game we've ever seen, but you've got to appreciate their masterful performance.
And I'm sure their fans appreciated it too. We saw the outstanding defense and a loaded offensive effort, and they were just dominant out there.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Allie LaForce, Clark Kellogg, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson saying thank you for watching the NBA, brought to you by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.